Dear seekers, let me invite you into a question, not a philosophical one, but a question that can fracture your illusions and change the entire trajectory of your life. Have you ever been suddenly, inexplicably happy, maybe while watching the sky explode into hues at sunset, or while holding your child's hand, or when you finally got what you dreamed of, love, success, praise, or even just the right words at the right time? In that moment, you felt full, complete, alive. But then the moment faded, the sky dimmed, the applause ended, the love became routine, and that unbearable hunger returned, gnawing quietly at the edges of your soul again.
Why?
Why does joy slip through our fingers, no matter how tightly we hold on? Why is happiness so fleeting, so conditional? Why do we chase it all our lives through careers, relationships, possessions, only to find it always just beyond reach? It is because we have been told the most seductive and subtle lie in the history of human consciousness, that happiness exists outside you. It does not. It never has. You were taught that a better job will give it to you, that a soulmate will complete you, that a spiritual retreat or a luxurious home or a perfectly balanced life will finally deliver that happiness like a package at your door. But it doesn't, because it can't. And yet the lie persists, not because it is convincing, but because it is convenient. Because it keeps you searching outward, and the world runs on that outward search. But listen to me now with the ears of your soul. Happiness is not found. It is remembered. It is not chased. It is uncovered. It is not created. It is who you are. Have you ever looked at the moon reflected in a lake? Its light dances on the water, and a child may jump into the lake thinking the moon lives there. But the moon is not in the water. It is merely reflected there. The same is true of joy. When you feel bliss in the presence of a person, a place, or a possession, it is not that the joy comes from them. It is that your own inner bliss is being reflected through them. Your lover's smile, your dream job, that mountain breeze, that music, these are just mirrors, just triggers. The source of the joy is not in them. It's in you, and always has been. But because you never looked inward, you fell in love with the reflection, and you began chasing reflections for the rest of your life. Even Gautama the Buddha, the most awakened of beings, saw this illusion haunting humanity. One afternoon, while traveling with his disciples, he stopped in a quiet mango grove. There came to him a wealthy man, dressed in silk, adorned in gold, but his eyes were stormy and his soul restless. He fell at the Buddha's feet and said, "O Lord, I have everything, money, family, fame, but I feel empty. I've tried everything. What am I missing?" The Buddha looked at him gently and asked just one question: "Where do you think happiness lives?" The man replied, "In my wife, my children, my art, my achievements. But maybe I haven't done enough. Maybe I haven't gone far enough." And the Buddha smiled, not in mockery, but in compassion. He said, "You are like a man sitting beside a well of sweet water, but digging holes in distant deserts, looking for a drop to drink." The man was silent. The grove around them fell into stillness. The Buddha then said something that cut through illusion like a sword. The happiness you seek is not in the object you chase. It is in the one who chases. It is not in the world. It is in the one who perceives the world. You do not need to add anything to find joy. You need only subtract your ignorance. That day, something cracked in that man. The lie began to break. And now, dear seeker, it is your turn. It is time to pull the curtain off the illusion. When joy arises, pause, watch it, trace it back. Ask yourself, is this joy coming from them, or is it simply being awakened in me? Then slowly you'll see the truth. You are not the beggar of happiness. You are the fountain from which it springs. But you've been too distracted by what glitters to realize what glows within. And when you truly see this, not as a concept, but as a revelation, you will stop being enslaved by circumstances. You will stop negotiating with the world for crumbs of joy, because you will have discovered the inexhaustible mine of bliss within. Yes, inexhaustible. The world will give you pleasure and pain, gain and loss, approval and rejection. This is its nature. It will rise and fall like waves. But your inner bliss, the ocean beneath, will remain untouched, unmoved, undiminished. This is the bliss sages speak of. This is the Ananda of the Upanishads. This is the Sat Chit Ananda, being, consciousness, bliss. That is your true essence. But to live from this truth, you must stop clinging to appearances. You must stop outsourcing your joy. You must turn around, like someone who's been walking the wrong way their whole life, and walk inward. Sit in stillness. Let every breath become a sacred reminder. Let every longing be a mirror that shows you what you already carry within. Fall in love, not with the reflections, but with the light from which they come. And then the world will no longer control your joy. You will walk through its storms with a lamp lit from within. You will stand in its noise with a silence singing in your heart. You will love, but without attachment. You will act, but without seeking. You will live not as a seeker of happiness, but as its very embodiment. So, dear seekers, the next time you feel the pull of beauty, whether in a lover's gaze, a song, a success, or a sunset, do not reach outward. Instead, bow inward and whisper to yourself the secret that the Buddha knew, the sages lived, and your own soul has been trying to tell you all along. This joy is not coming from the world. It is coming through it, from me. And then you will know what no lie can shake. Happiness was never outside you. It is what you are. You are the source. You are the bliss. You are home.